Hi everyone, this is Dr. Archana, medical nutritionist from Wilson's community. So, today we'll discuss something about the nutrition, the healthy food habits, what we can give to our kids. So, kids of different age groups require different nourishments. So, let's understand what that young body and young mind needs, that too from infancy to adolescent. So, there are different age groups of children. Infant is, of course, called the child who is less than 1 year, and toddler, of course, from 1 to 3 years, preschooler, 3 to 5 years, school age from 6 to 12, adolescent from 13 to 18. So, their changing age demands different nutritional requirements for that growth. So, whatever that support should be given only through our food. It should encourage proper growth, and we should even enhance their brain is developing in a very good way, because nowadays we are seeing so many challenges, that too maybe autism, ADHD, this mental challenges we are seeing only because of lack in of nutrition in our food. So we should prevent any kind of deficiencies. We do see so many blood test reports from morning to night of different age groups. Everyone will be deficient of one or the other vitamin or mineral. So that is leading for so-called lifestyle disorders in the future. So prevention is always better than cure, right? So let's build that healthy eating habits in your children so that it will encourage that lifetime wellness. So for infant 0 to 1 year, for the first 6 months, we should encourage only mother's milk, breast milk. This is very important. The first milk, we call it as colostrum, which gives natural immunity to our kid. So after 6 months, we can add some supplementary foods also. But nowadays, as pregnant mother is not taking proper protein, or the lactating mother is deficient of protein, the milk production is really compromised. So if a normal person requires 1 gram of protein per kg weight, a pregnant and a lactating mother needs, of course, 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein. So make sure your lactation should be sufficient to your kid's health. And after 6 months, once we are adding some kind of supplementary foods or homemade foods, we should ensure that these are iron rich foods, and containing zinc for development of blood cells, nervous system, and the DHA for brain growth. As I told, DHA is very important for our development of our brain. Unfortunately, this omega-3 rich foods, DHA is nothing but docosahexaenoic acid, one of the essential fatty acids which body requires. Unfortunately, as baby can't eat this fish, this walnuts and flax seeds, it's responsibility of a mother to eat omega-3 rich foods. If they are not able to eat, at least they should go for omega-3 supplements. And after that, vitamin D is very important for immunity. Most of the children will get the seasonal changes, flu, fever, cough, cold. That is the reason that vitamin D, the immunomodulator, is lacking. So usually doctors will encourage till 1 year vitamin D drops. So go with that, and don't add unnecessary salt or sugar in that age group. And 1 to 3 years, we are calling it them as toddlers. This is very difficult age to manage. Tantrum twos, we call it as, there will be some transition to food, family foods and all. So the main challenge is they'll be very picky, choosy, and food jags. It's very difficult for a mother to feed this age group child. So the key nutrients which we need to ensure that their food is reaching is iron, calcium, healthy fats, because in this age group, they are most tend to lengthen their body by proper bone formation. And also we should encourage them about this portion size awareness. So limit even intake of sugar and salt at any age group, can say in common. Yeah. And for a preschooler, their appetite actually varies from day to day. One day, if they're playing so much or they're becoming too, not immobile, their body requires more and more food. If not, it requires very less. So include all food groups, like, whole grains, not this refined grains, fruits, vegetables, protein, and dairy products. And be we encourage our kids or the parents also to give only milk till 3 to 5 years maximum. Later that we don't tell them to have the milk because of lactose intolerance or so many immunity related issues. And we have so many people in our client groups also where they felt very happy on stopping milk. So focus on colorful plates, minimum 3 to 5 colors of vegetables, fruits, or anything. Protein foods should be there in their food plate, and even different textures. They love to eat different textures, maybe not only soups, okay, or only rice or roti, maybe like papads or soup kind of varieties, crunchy seeds, nuts, or salads, or boiled vegetables, corns, whatnot. Encourage different colors and textures in them so that they will love eating and variety each and every day. So this is the right time to teach them about the table manners and even potty training and meal routines in this age group. In the school age, maybe from 6 to 12 years, so there'll be so much of increased activity and academic needs. So the main expectations of this age group, the food expectation is they need to focus on their academics, and even they need that stamina for any physical activities in their schools or in their peer group, or immunity related issues, uh, seasonal variations, dust allergies, or cold allergies occur in this age. So the food, whatever we are giving to this age group, should maintain or satisfy all these needs. So we should focus on protein. Usually we tell 1 gram as I told, but kids in this age group needs 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein, and complex carbohydrates like maybe fibers, whole grains, nuts, seeds, I can say, and calcium, that too for their growth. And this is the good age group for increasing their height also. And encourage healthy breakfast. So we tell healthy breakfast maybe like, paneer sandwich, omelette, some sprouts, fruits, vegetables, and healthy snacks like seeds, nuts, salads, some normal fruits, and makhana, like this, very low calories but high fiber and satisfying their appetite. We should encourage that snacks and reduce processed foods at any chance, because if this 6 to 12 years age groups are missed or they get addicted to this processed foods, it's really very difficult in the coming years to withdraw that habit. So this can be done only if we are involving them in this meal preparation. So maybe a small works like cutting salads, chopping vegetables, or serving into the plates, whatever, if they are doing along with the family members, mother and father, they love what they do or cook. So if we are involving them into our preparation process, they love, and they reduce that cravings to this processed foods or outside foods. Yeah. And next is adolescent age from 13 to 18 years. So this is the age group of growth spurt, and even hormonal changes happen in this age. So there is high demand for the nutrients, calcium, iron, protein, B12. Most of the girls in this age group are landing up in hormonal disturbances or PCOD. Yes, we are dealing with very young girls. It's so pathetic to listen, but that is the real fact. So if a girl food is deficient of iron, B12 and protein, they're going to land up in PCOD, maybe at that age or in the upcoming years. So this is right time to make them eat B12 rich foods, the non-vegetarian foods, the green leafy vegetables, and all the nuts and seeds, and protein as per their weight, and iron rich, the green vegetables, the green leafy vegetables. And if anything is lacking in their food, it is our responsibility to supplement that with food related or organic supplementation. It's about the holistic eating. It's not where we get, but how much the body is getting. That is very important. And they'll watch out more for the body image issues. They'll compare with their friends. If they're fat, they compare and do some crash diets, or they freak out or work out more. So rather than that, it's good time to make them understand about the long term effects of healthy lifestyle changes. And there'll be disorderly eating. They'll eat too much or too less, too multiple times or very less times. So we need to encourage the importance of all this, and few people even skip meals and diets also. Yeah, encourage balanced food, not like what they eat to eat, like to eat, if few people are liking only vegetables and fruits, they'll eat too much, they'll be lacking protein. Or if they love non-veg, they'll be eating only protein, they'll lack fiber. So balanced eating is the key. Carbohydrates, proteins, fibers, vitamins and minerals, fats, everything have to be reached in their daily required allowances. And hydration is the key. Minimum 3 liters of water should be encouraged, and at least 1 hour of physical activity. If this physical activity is not being done, this is the age group they'll land up in the so-called insulin resistance disorders, maybe diabetes or obesity or PCOD or thyroid issues. So encourage some physical activity, hydration, balanced eating, good sleep, and even emotional eating will be more in this age groups. So openly communicate with your kid and understand what their body needs and what they like, and prepare in that way. So some of the common nutritional issues we see in kids are iron deficiency anemia. Most of the kids will be pale, lethargic or ill. Even very young age groups, we are seeing this thyroid hypothyroidism because of this vitamin D deficiency, bone pains, and immunity issues also, because vitamin D is an immunomodulator. And unfortunately, to tell that India is number one rank in childhood obesity. So it's our responsibility to make at least the next generation come out of this obesity by nurturing your child with a very healthy, balanced food plate. And understand the picky eating, what they are choosing, and how to communicate them in a very proper way about its advantages or disadvantages. And whatever the eating disorders they're having, if they're skipping too much or eating too much, it's a right time to make them into a better individual tomorrow in this teenage. Yeah. So, as a parent or a caregiver, what we should do is we should be a role model. If we are eating junk or if we are drinking cool drinks and we are telling our kids to stop them, nowhere they are going to stop it. So be a role model by eating healthy, and lifestyle changes should be in a very healthy way. And regular meals and snacks, not like too much or multiple eatings. And even involve your kid in grocery shopping. This is very important, I can say. If some children are very picky to that vegetable, they don't know that importance or nutritional value. So whenever you are shopping, if they say no to that, try to tell that nutritional content. Nowadays everything is available on Google and ChatGPT, so you can go that. And avoid using food as reward and punishment. This is very important. So many times I have listened parents telling that if you top in this activity or exam, I'm going to present you an ice cream, pizza, or we are going to a restaurant and eat your favorite burger. So this is making themselves encourage that I want to top again, so that junk food is very important, so mom or dad is gifting this. Or few parents will tell that you have done this wrong work, so I'm not going to give you food this time. So don't use food as reward or punishment. Respect their hunger and what their fullness cues need. So in total, I want to end this that nutrition need change with age. So their changes in age requires different amounts this nutritional values. So appropriate diets, complete nutrition, holistic healthy habits in this early age, if we are encouraging even in emotionally and socially, then they can cultivate very good healthy habits. And even the cooking process also, so many in apartments and villas I have seen that organically grown vegetables will be ordered, or they will be cooking themselves, or even they'll be cultivating themselves also, but they're cooking in a wrong cookware, maybe aluminum or Teflon coated. So what is the use in getting those organic vegetables? So even learn healthy cooking tips also. You can ask your coach what is the best cookware, what is the best tip, or which flame we should actually keep while cooking, and how can we lock entire vitamins in the fruit or the vegetable or the green leafy vegetables once we are eating. So all this also will be very important once we are giving holistic nutrition to your kid. So, hope this point or video presentation will be helpful to nurture your kid in a holistic way and make them into a healthy individual tomorrow. So, thank you for giving this opportunity.